I've known Jamie for a long time, and David Patrick, my associate coach, worked for him. It's classic Jamie Dixon team, tough as nails, and they smash you on the glass. They're elite offensive rebounding team. I think number 1 or 2 in the country, averaging almost 18 a game. I think Mike Miles is as good a point guard as in the country. I think we got a couple of them in our league. Marcus Carr, Tyrese Hunter, Akindo. It just goes on and on. The point guards we have faced. Nigel Pack, and now Mikey Miles. So some elite point guards in this league, and he's one of them.
Also, and I think I know you. I'm getting to know you well enough. Your tunnel vision on one game at a time. And we're at the midpoint of the season right now. Do you feel like the program is where you wanted it at the midpoint of the season, or do you even think in terms of that aspect?
I don't think in terms of that aspect. I think about just specifically getting better. In January, where our defense is, where our offense is. The program, that's going to take care of itself if we're doing the high character things we need to be doing. The energy, the doing the things, the coming together. The program is going to take care of itself if we're doing those things of where I want it to be. Our team, our coaches, we're just consumed about getting better. And we know it's going to be like a 7-week heavyweight fight. You've got to be able to take a punch. You got to be able to punch back. You got to be able to get off the mat. You got to be able to stay, not get too high, get too low. This league is unbelievable. But I know this. I love coming to practice every day because the guys are having a great attitude about getting better. And that's what I think about. I don't think about halfway marks. I don't think about any of that. It's just you're in a journey right now to get your team better.
Porter, I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
Busy Crittenden with the next question.
Hey, Porter, I appreciate your time today.
Yep.
I just wanted to ask a little bit about Jacob Groves. He had a season high 22 minutes in the last game. I think he's scored 19 points the last 2 games. Here recently, just what have you seen from him, and what do you need to see from him as the season goes on?
Seen his confidence. A physicality with him. He's a great cutter. He's a great shooter. I want to see more of him, in that aspect. And he's improving his defense. He's a 6'9" guy asking to switch on to smaller guards, and he's getting better at it with his technique, use his length. And he's in the gym all the time. He's in the film room all the time, and he's getting better. But we've talked about developing 6 through 9, 6 through 10, getting him better because you need that depth. And he's one of the guys. Bijan, Jacob, Ethan, CJ, those guys have got to get better for us, and they have. And Jacob has. He's given us nice lifts 2 games in a row off the bench.
You talked about developing, 6 through 10, especially in conference play. And with COVID protocols, is there just more of an importance on making sure those bench players are ready to come into a game, especially heading into a road game like TCU?
Absolutely. You're going to see it again here in the next 24 hours. A bench player is going to have to step up because of certain situations. So, we need you need to take advantage of your time when you get your name called, and you got to stay ready, and you got to stay consumed about getting better, not worrying about minutes, worrying about being ready. Being ready is about your preparation, your mindset, your conditioning. Those are things that a player wants to be ready. A player can verbally say, "Hey, I'm ready. Come on, man, go." But if they're not ready on their prep, on the scouting report, on their conditioning, on their mindset, thinking good thoughts, those are all things about staying ready. And those, I think Jacob and Bijan have maintained that. CJ, Ethan for sure. But you're gonna see it. We're gonna really need it this next game.
Appreciate it, Porter.
Yep.
Bob Prisbilla.
Yeah, Porter, during his last couple weeks, you've been down a few guys for every single game. Are you close to being at full strength, and how has that altered practice?
It was really hard to go live preparing for Texas, because we didn't have enough bodies to go live. And then when we had 9, so you couldn't even go 5-on-5. Our whole scout team was out, and then we had some of our other guys that were out. So we didn't get a lot of live work heading into that Texas game. No excuses. So I think it does alter the practices like that way. We've got some of the guys back, but it's going to be like this way all year. You get a couple back, and then you lose a couple. It's just a pendulum. So we just got to have a great mindset. Who's ready? Who's going to be on deck going into these games?
For lack of a better term, I don't think easier is the right word I'm trying to say, but is it easier to bounce back from a game like Texas where it just seemed like you guys didn't have it compared to maybe like losing in the final seconds and then trying to get back going into the next game?
No, they all just kicked me right in the gut. And I just, whether you lose a close one or you lose one by 14, you just, what do you got to do to get better to win? What are the whys? Why were you that way? Why are we going to win the next? And you're just, that's what I'm consumed with. It's not easier, harder. I mean, some people can say that when you lose on a buzzer beater, you're just like, oh, what if one possession here or there, but it's a loss.
Appreciate it, Warren.
Yep.
Grayson Blaylock.
Hi, Coach. Looking ahead to TCU tomorrow, what have you seen out of Mike Miles specifically for them averaging almost 18 a game, and then just them as a whole?
Yeah, Mike plays at a great pace. He plays at a pro pace. He doesn't get sped up. He can really pass. Like the ball gets where it needs to go to, and that's what you want out of your point guard. He can score from deep three. He can get to the rim. He's what Majerus called a 3-level scorer. He can mid-range to the rim and from three, but he can really pass. He can really pass, and he just doesn't get sped up. He can change gears. I can see why he's on all the draft boards. I think he's that good. What I see out of their team is a lot of guys playing their roles. They got a lot of different people. They got some length in Miller, O'Bannon, Baugh. They have some size in Lampkin. They come off with Cork. They come off with 3 or 4 bigs off the bench, and they all crash the glass. They're going to defend you tough as nails. They're very good. I mean, they're very good. They've I think so 11-2. They're tough as nails, and they rebound at such a high level. They're just relentless on the glass.
And then you mentioned that you do have some of Rick Alston and a Cole back for this game.
Yes, all 3 of them are back out of protocols and practice today.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
All right, that concludes coach's availability. We'll be joined by Jacob.
Thanks, guys.